Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. I am Rashid Arjamuin from BTVTED 3D. Today we are opening up a discussion on a topic that is critical for our future, and that is alternative energy resources. This is chapter 8 and it's all about finding sustainable way to power our lives. So, alam naman natin our world is evolving in industrialization na may continuous demand for energy resources. Saan ba galing ang energy na to? Most of the world energy consumption comes from fossil fuel such as coal, oil, and natural gas. Ang problema, these are non-renewable for or infinite energy resources that may run out. Aside sa naubos ito, ang increase ng utilization ng fossil fuel ay nakaka-damage din talaga sa environment natin. Tulad nito, ito ang dahilan ng increase emission ng greenhouse gases, specifically carbon dioxide, which is negatively affect the earth climate. Kaya ngayon may matinding pangangailangan for alternative energy resources, yung mga renewable and less harmful sa environment. Renewable energy technologies are sustainable and can provide energy security and climate change mitigation. And to continue from that overseas chapter na ito, what we are expected to learn. So, by the end of this chapter, we should be able to first identify alternative energy resources aside from fossil fuel. Dito natin malalaman ang lahat ng available clean option. Second, evaluate the advantage and disadvantage of using different energy resources. We must be able to weigh the pros and cons of each technology, like efficiency and cost. So, third, determines the appropriate energy resource for a particular location or settings. This objectives is about knowing which technology is best for the Philippines, for example. Fourth, relate the use of alternative energy resource to the mitigation of climate change. Paano sila magiging solution sa global warming. And the last, assess the renewable energy resources being used in the Philippines. Tingnan natin ang local application ng mga ito. As you can see in this photo, popular example ng renewable energy technologies ay ang windmill and solar panels. Bago tayo mag-dive sa mas specific detail, I want to show you a short video titled Renewable Energy Sources, Type of Energy.
Renewable energy. We obtain energy from two different sources, renewable energy sources and non-renewable energy sources.
Ito na yung sinasabi ko, we have two different sources. And remember, ang focus natin ngayon ay yung renewable energy na makikita natin sa video.
Renewable energy refers to all those limitless energy sources present in nature.
Ito yung sinasabi kong renewable energy, which we will focus on today.
These energy sources are present in nature and are naturally replenished. That's why they never run out. The most well-known renewable energy types. Solar energy comes from the sun and reaches us as light and heat. For example, thanks to these solar panels, we can capture sunlight energy and transform it into thermal energy to heat water in this house. Eolic energy comes from the movement of air or the wind. For example, these windmills transform wind into electric energy. Tidal wave energy comes from the movement of sea waves or when tides change from high to low, and vice versa. Hydraulic energy is produced by the water we store in reservoirs or artificial lakes. Look at this dam. Water falls over from a high spot. Then, it flows through the hydroelectric factory, where the force of the water is transformed into electric energy. Geothermal energy is generated from the heat stored in the earth. This type of energy is used for heating a house or generating electricity, for example, energy objectives, and help take care of the environment. It's indispensable to accelerate the transition to renewable energies.
Welcome back! I hope the video gave you a very clear, easy to understand summary of why we need this transition. Sa chapter na ito, we will tackle more topics such as solar energy, hydroelectric power, tidal power, wind power, biomass, and geothermal energy. But on my part, ito lang muna ang oversee sa chapter na ito, ang pagset ng context and the learning goal. I will now hand over the presentation to my groupmate to discuss these specific energy technologies in detail. Thank you.